Hello and welcome back to the Shapeshifting Detective. That is us, Sam, for now, because we might shapeshift this episode. Last time we arrived in the beautiful town of August. We don't actually know if it's beautiful, but the town is called August, and we have to investigate a murder of Miss Dorota Shaw. She was murdered in her bedroom, strangled, but we don't know exactly who it is. Mr. Dupont, the local detective, suspects the group of tarot card readers who is in the guest house, represented by these three wonderful people. And then we also have Violet, the owner of the guest house, where we are staying at as well. We had some interesting conversation. The tarot card readers predicted the murder, but aside from that, we don't have any clear evidence. So we have to ask around a little bit more. I think before we shapeshift, I want to talk to the
Dr. Thatcher's black BMW
boyfriend
was strewn
of
on its side.
Dorota.
Engine crushed against the concrete.
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Interesting. Again, I mentioned it last time. I think their latest game is called Poe and Monroe. Keep investigating, or next chapter. No, keep investigating.
The sirens wheeze to a halt before my eyes can adjust. The emergency lighting kicks in.
Okay. I mean, okay, let's ask him. I held off on that.
Do I have an alibi for last night? Do I?
Yeah.
Okay. I was here, and there are video monitors that will prove it. Thanks for ruling me out, genius.
Just making sure.
To the ramp, her hospital gown smothered in blood.
Okay, so I wanted to
Fourth
leave
hits a square in the chest.
to visit the boyfriend, but apparently that
and another.
leaving
The seventh slows
presents
her
us only
approach to a
with the
stagger.
option
The
to
eighth
end
forces
the
her to
chapter.
her knee.
Which means I wanna see if what we can find out if we switch some bodies.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Okay. So now we're Violet. Good to know.
To the
Probably
floor.
shouldn't talk to Violet. As
All
Violet.
that's left is my sobbing.
I would assume.
and the
Oh, we
sprinklers.
can't even. Okay, good.
Until
You
So-
don't trust me, do you, Violet? Is it because I read tarot? Why don't you let me pull a card for you?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Did you sleep well last night? Did you?
Yes, thank you.
I didn't see you yesterday evening.
Bluff. Okay. Let's try that.
I stayed in my room. You can ask Lexi. That reminds me, I think I found a book of yours. It's called He Came Through the Shadows.
What makes you think it's mine?
Your name's written on the inside cover.
And that makes sense.
Well, and it has 3 circles attached.
Okay. Interesting.
But I'm not sure.
What Rain has to say.
Mrs. Gallagher, an unexpected pleasure.
How long are you planning to be here?
In town? I really don't know. Until the tarot tells us to leave, or you kick us out, obviously.
Why do you think...
Okay.
How did you know Dorota was going to die? Why do you think the police suspect Bronwyn?
Well, let's
How
ask
did
the
you
first
know
question.
Dorota...
We didn't know she was definitely going to die, only that she was definitely in danger of dying. Tarot cards can tell you a lot when you know what you're looking for.
But how did you know what to look for then? That is the big question, right?
Well, I wish we could give everyone in August one of those.
Lexi.
Hello, Violet. Is everything okay? Ignore the mess. I was just going to tidy it up.
Did you have a pleasant evening last night?
Great, thanks. The room's really lovely.
Okay.
But you weren't in this room, were you?
Oh no, was I sleepwalking again? I haven't done that since... for ages. I didn't come into your room, did I?
No.
So that is, like, she is the worst liar ever. But, I mean, I guess that helps. I don't think we should bluff that she was, because I think it's just a lie, so she would then know that we are bluffing.
Oh, thank God. I'll try not to let it happen again.
It's called the
Okay.
Screaming Monk. Legend has it that this monk called
Not too much
Musa
information, honestly.
accidentally-
But let's switch around a little bit. Oh, let me see
The
if I
king
can
ordered
get
that
to...
Busan be shrunk by mystics,
Mr.
and the
Dupont.
process caused the pain you see on his face. These
What's going on, Violet? Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm okay. No, I'm not okay.
What's the matter?
I don't feel safe. I think I might be the killer. The new detective's acting strangely.
I think that's true. So, let's do
That's to
that.
be expected. I told Sam to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Maybe strange is one of those things. Off you go. I'm being subtle. I don't want to see you back here, okay? You got anything to report, give me a call. Any problems, talk to Danny. Danny, remember?
Danny?
We just talked about this. I said I'd post somebody this morning, and I did. Then I told you it was Danny. Take the pills, Violet. Take the pills.
Whispered. It was a hopeful plea, feebly delivered.
That is
Tony's
very
reply,
interesting,
a loud
because...
and indignant meow was an order. This could only mean one thing.
Dupont told
Ivan
us
sat up, scooped
that we were
Amy to the floor
supposed
and pulled on the
to...
t-shirt. She waited for him.
Please be quiet for a second. But we were supposed to kind of pretend that we were hired separately from the local police. But he clearly told Violet that he is working with us. And I asked that question because I wanted to kind of get some insight on maybe what he thinks of us. So, we'll see.
Purely downy fledglings with wide beaks and tails that hadn't even grown yet.
Let's switch to him.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Nailed it.
A stamp to the head, the tiniest cracking of
Who knows whether you've made the right decision or not, Claude?
How's Bronwyn been?
Overly nice. She's covering her tracks well if she has anything to hide.
The
What
right
was it I asked you to
decision.
do again?
That was interesting. Yeah.
You just told me to report back to you if I noticed anything suspicious. Good grief, Claude. You're a bit young to be losing your marbles already.
What were you doing last night?
Yeah, what were you up to?
Claude, we've been through this. I honestly don't remember. I checked my diary and there's no entry, so I was probably here, as always.
How can you not remember, Violet?
I don't know. which is exactly what I said in my statement. Don't try and get me to contradict myself.
On the floor. No, no, no. Ivan dropped down next
Dr.
to the kitten.
Bronwyn.
Chief DuPont, what a pleasant surprise. I think we've covered just about everything twice over, but if you think I'm hiding something...
Who are you really, Bronwyn Castle?
Does it bother you, Chief DuPont, knowing there are things in this world that aren't black and white? You don't know what to file me under, and that makes you uncomfortable. Or perhaps you've already made up your mind about me. Why don't you tell me who you think I am?
You're a con artist.
Yeah, let's try that.
I haven't asked anyone for a penny.
And still be a con
Will
artist.
stuck to his heel as he lifted it, unveiling the bloody mess he'd made. And he...
Let's see what Rain has to say.
Chief DuPont.
Dorota's family, what does the tarot say about them?
That's a good question.
I can do a reading if you want.
Yes.
It's the Five of Cups. It talks about loss and dealing with that loss. I don't think you need a tarot reader to interpret that one.
Bronwyn ever been arrested?
Not since I've met her. She's a lawful good type character. If you play D&D.
Not currently.
Lexi ever been in trouble with the police?
Yeah.
No. Not to my knowledge. She's sweet and innocent. Or haven't you picked up on that yet?
Just
Hardly.
asking.
So he wouldn't have to see it, and made his way back to the bedroom.
Oh, Chief Inspector, you gave me a shock.
Surprise.
What is it? What have I done?
Tell me about
Bronwyn.
She's an Aquarius. Her favourite colour is green. What else do you need to know?
Is she your leader? Has she killed before? Are you prepared to go to jail for her?
I think that is a good question.
Jail? What for? I haven't done anything wrong.
Aiding and abetting a criminal.
I'll aid and abet Bronwyn to the day I die, but she's not a criminal.
Why are you here in August?
Yeah, why are you here?
Well, it's not for the nightlife, I can tell you that. This is where the cards told us to go. I guess you could call it destiny.
Do you know anyone here?
No, I can honestly swear I don't know any Augustives? Augustonians? Augustins until we got here.
What were you doing last night?
Nothing. I mean, I was here all night. This cat's on a... Bron can vouch for me.
Bullets.
That's
9.
not very helpful.
Just 9.
Well, I guess we do another switcheroo to Bronwyn this time.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn. I'm Bronwyn.
Okay.
I am the cavalry. Dr. Thatcher's black BMW.
Is there something I can help with, Miss Castle?
I hope we're not being too much trouble.
It's very brave of you to tell the chief that Dorota will be murdered and then stick around afterwards. I'd have run for sure.
You strike me as someone braver than that.
What is she adjusting there? Just a belt, or is it some kind of brooch?
I'm brave, but I'm not stupid.
Shredded the screaming lab techs like paper dolls. There's no way I'm done.
Bron, something doesn't feel right. I don't know what exactly, but it's not right.
Thoughts on Dorota?
Well, it's hard to say with just one victim. Musical talent, red hair. If there's another, there will be a pattern. Do you think it's another rite?
A ride?
Oh, see, I think my my idea of them being kind of like the Scooby-Doo gang, just without a dog, might be accurate. That they are some kind of supernatural detectives in a way. That they are investigating cases too. Since Lexi, I think, was it who talked about them having a job or a job.
As in the same thing we were chasing after in Birmingham? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Just have to try and stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it? Birmingham? Stop it?
I don't know. I don't want to be too suspicious. So I'm obviously curious about Birmingham, but wouldn't it be suspicious that she wouldn't know about it anymore?
Yes, stop it. If it's a traveller killing things.
Traveller?
Bron, you're acting weird. Are you still you?
Of course.
Stop freaking me out. It's not cool in this current climate.
Okay, I have to be careful with that.
Fail, and I slide my back
Probably
against
shouldn't
the
have
steel.
asked the follow-up
Jimmy's empty gun
question,
falls
though.
to the floor.
Ron, are you okay?
I'm not okay. I'm
I'm
okay.
okay. I'm okay.
Good. It's not our fault this stuff happens. We're just the messengers.
We've seen a lot of stuff.
Are you asking me or telling me? Yes, we've seen a lot of stuff. You seem weird. Just go and regroup or something, then come back and make me feel better about myself.
Okay.
He was woken by the crowing of his cat. This was nothing new. He opened his
Can I talk
eyes
to-
to find Uni standing on his chest.
Can talk to the chief.
Her model.
Miss Castle, I'm surprised to see you here.
I didn't kill Dorota.
You're a prime suspect, and your alibi is that you were in the guest house with another prime suspect at the time. It doesn't look good for you.
Have you got a problem with me?
Everyone has a problem with you, Bronwyn. I can arrest you for something right now. How does perverting the course of justice sound?
Kinky.
Oh, you are pushing me today, young lady.
In
Okay.
dangerously tight circles.
Interesting.
Uni was a hunter.
But it almost sounds
and
like they have
experience
some
told
history
Ivan
with each other.
She'd got something to show
Not the
him.
first time they run into each
He
other.
hoped it was a mouse or a vole. At least they were always dead.
Let's switch to him.
Hello.
That's my
I'm
sound
Rain.
effect.
I'm Rain.
It only happens
She
when
caught
it
a magpie.
rains.
It was bigger than her body.
Oh.
Its pitiful cack, cack, cack. Its only protest.
What?
He'd had to put.
He's gone.
He put all of them out of their misery. A stamp to the head.
Have
That's
you met the new
interesting.
detective yet? We're basically under 24-hour surveillance now.
Do you think Sam's onto us?
Onto what exactly?
The real reason we're here. What we did. Our role. The real reason we're here.
Yeah, but yeah, let's go with that. That seems like they're clearly hiding something. The whole job thing or chop thing.
Sam's not a mind reader. At least I don't think so. Just try not to let anything slip.
Alright.
Body, stepping over its limp legs without even looking.
That's
Her eyes fixed on
confirmation
him.
for that.
Rain, I'm so worried about Bronwyn. What are we going to do?
Why are you worried about Bronwyn?
The chief thinks she killed Dorota.
Maybe she did kill Dorota.
No. Hold off on that.
Up and went to get a
Don't want to
towel.
be too suspicious.
When he returned,
I think that
the
might
kitten
add
was
up
scrambling at the mat
over
with its
time
front
if we have
paws,
too many
trying to drag
suspicious
itself up.
things
Its
happening or
back
causing
legs
too many
lay
suspicious
helplessly
things.
on the floor. No.
Rain, I'm busy. You gonna turn yourself in?
Yeah. No.
Then you're wasting my time.
He stroked the kitten with the
Okay.
side of his finger. Don't move, okay? Just don't try to move. But the kitten.
So Violet's still not there? Nope. It's
Ivan
interesting.
clinched the towel, then draped it over the.
Okay, that's...
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
Easily,
Fine.
the thin bones crackling and fizzing.
Hello, Lexi. What can I do for you?
Violet shows an enthusiasm for her guests, like I would imagine
The police want. Please don't ask us to leave.
in a great German guest house.
Please don't ask us to leave. The police want alibis from everyone for last night. Please don't ask us to leave.
Have you been speaking to Sam? You're safe for the minute.
That sounds ominous.
If one of your crew did murder Dorota, you can't really stay here, can you?
I mean, that makes sense.
The police want alibis from everyone for last night.
Well, I don't have one. I literally can't remember what I was doing.
Body barely as big as his palms.
I definitely don't
He left
trust
the towel
anyone
on the
here.
floor.
It could
What's
be
up,
anyone.
Lexi?
Could be us, for what I know.
I'm sensing something's on your mind.
I'm worried about our alibi.
Don't worry about that. We don't have anything to hide. You're just fine.
Do you think Sam suspects?
Maybe. But it'll be difficult to prove.
Difficult to
I
prove,
thought
huh?
I heard something going on.
I will
she said,
definitely do
smiling.
another round
Uni
of
jumped up on
asking
the bed,
everyone
and Noah
once
leaned forward to
we're
nuzzle.
back to Sam.
Something's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ron seems strange today.
How are you?
Do you think Bronwyn might get falsely imprisoned? It happens all the time.
Are you looking to take over?
No. I'm just worried.
Closed his eyes, listening to her tearing the kitten's
I
skin.
mean, I guess that's a...
Thanks, babe.
So it seems
she
like
said,
that they are
between chews.
at
What
least
is it, Miss Taylor?
genuinely of the impression...
Why did you hire Sam?
Ooh, lots of questions here. Under the impression that Bronwyn didn't kill Dorota. They seem to be investigating here as well, doing some kind of job. Why did you hire them? But she wouldn't know that, I think, right?
Who would want to kill Dorota? Dorota's boyfriend seems sweet.
Have you met him?
Yes.
Miss Taylor, is that a contradiction? It's not what you said in your written statement.
Oh,
Sorry,
oops.
I meant no.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Oops.
Why? What are you going to do?
Nothing, just checking.
I've got my eye on you, Lexi Taylor. Lexi. Rain, are they even your real names?
Why? Who
I
would
don't
want
know
to
if
kill...
I should ask
Well,
this question.
that's
I
what
feel like I'm
Amanda
getting
wants.
myself into trouble here.
That's incredible.
Poe's curiosity shop is now closed.
I'm not sure if I can do these things and there are no direct consequences to that, but I feel like there might be, so I'm holding off on that for now. Almost forgot the sound effect. Okay, let's do another round, see if there's anything new, and if not, we continue to the next chapter.
This one...
No.
Oh.
No more talking. No more questions. Question after question after question. I didn't kill Dorota. I didn't even know the girl. And yet here I am being constantly asked about her. You know what? I'm going out. I don't know when I'm going to be back, but if you need anything, I will be back eventually. I think. But for now, TTFN.
No.
Okay, that is
No.
I mean...
interesting.
But
So
you
she
remember
has
the
a freak
queen
out.
Who was undressing. It's from there.
Nothing new there.
So, can explain it to you. It's
Mm-hmm.
First, because of the handle,
Nothing
I thought
there
maybe
either.
a weapon of. Say,
No.
a mirror, a handheld mirror.
You're right. Well done, Monroe.
Wow.
But it's not just a mirror.
Yeah, I would like to see the statement.
It is, and that's where it's staying. You don't
Why?
need to see it, Sam. Violet can get confused at times. Just keep doing what you're doing and we'll get along fine.
That's not how it works, though, Mr. DuPont. Hiding things from me.
Pains me to think that I was even on the list, but I'm ruled out because we have video footage of me in the station at the time of the murder. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers have mentioned a job. We don't know what. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, and you found out she's taking pills. Perhaps they're related. That's it.
Okay, we know a little bit. That was a good little summary.
The Radio August.
So I guess
Dark
we're ready to
Knight
go to the
with
next
Poe
chapter,
and
right?
Monroe.
It's 6 o'clock, and you're listening to Radio August. Police
Dame to
investigating
die
the
for.
Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe.
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival.
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Been easy to stay thin. Now,
Okay, so
without
now we
Mother,
can visit
Penn
Oscar.
failed, like she failed everything else. By lunchtime.
Let's do that.
Who are you?
I'm a shapeshifting detective. I'm Sam. The Shaws hired me to investigate the murder.
Right, because the local police are so rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day. It's typical of them.
Okay, did you see Dorota yesterday?
Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, you know, hanging out. I left at about 5.
Okay. So, yeah, I was just about to say, it's about 4 hours before she probably died.
Playing football. It was just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up.
What can you tell me about Dorota's parents?
Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music.
Okay, interesting. How long were you dating Dorota?
Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other.
Is that an engagement ring? That's curious. Let's write that down. Oscar ring ? Any idea who would do this to her?
No, no one. She was really popular.
He seems very relaxed for someone whose partner just got killed. Is it possible the killer was hiding in Dorota's room?
What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place he could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet.
Have you hidden in there before?
Not hidden. Well, she liked it. Liked me to watch. Not other guys. Just, she had these you know, voyeur fantasies.
I see, okay. I mean, I don't know how that pertains to the case, but I mean, maybe, right? Describe the fantasies.
She'd ask me to hide in the upstairs closet, and then she'd walk in and strip off, start touching herself. She got upset if I came out before she'd finished. I'm sorry, is this helping with the investigation?
Well, it helps me create a profile of a character, okay? Not judging here, just asking professional question. So, was there anything special in the closet, basically?
Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke.
That is weird.
Connecting with my car.
But
there simply wasn't.
Any more news on Oscar Wainwright?
Oscar was playing football last night.
Yep, that's what he told me too. Not a suspect.
Well, I decide that here, okay? Sherlock. So who is on the list?
Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them.
What about her family?
Dorota's an only child. She lived with her mum and dad. Monday night was movie night, so they'd go and watch the 8 o'clock at the Odeon. Dorota would get the house to herself. They're devastated, naturally. They left town to stay with relatives. They didn't do it, Sam. Although, perhaps I should have made them stay.
Yeah, perhaps you should have. Jesus.
Someone else's problem.
Okay.
But I couldn't do it.
What about the guest house?
I had to know if I had just
Anything new
killed
here?
this girl. So
File it back. Hey. Let's ask her straight up. She's
Vicar's son? No, as far as I can tell, Oscar is a good boy. But we've all got different faces now, haven't we, Sam?
well, what is that? Different faces.
The masks we wear. I could be a satanic cultist behind closed doors, but you'd never know. Would you, Sam?
I definitely would know, okay? I smell satanic cultists from a mile away, okay? So why would someone kill Dorota? It is interesting, though. So he's the vicar's son. She, Vala, described Dorota as quote-unquote a slut. So there was that kind of impact. Dorota seemed to have some, at least, little bit kinky or unusual fantasies, and Oscar definitely played along to some degree. Not sure if that plays into it. Obviously, it doesn't have to be. All things considered, definitely a very harmless kinky fantasy, but it might just give us more about the character profile, really, to understand who she was and how she ended up with the vicar's son. Maybe we find out more about that. Why would someone kill Dorota?
She flaunts herself. Her body. Had boudoir photographs taken.
Oh,
Who do you think
photographs.
those photos were for, Sam? Her mother?
I don't know. Who were they for?
Ask Zach Weston. He took them.
Zach Weston. Who is he?
Zach's the local photographer. You should go and talk to him, Sam. You're good at talking.
Thank you. You know where he is?
At Weston's Photographic? Off the high road? It's late, but he's always there.
Well, I'm taking the high road. How do you know that?
I have a good memory. I'm still holding grudges from when I was 4.
What does that mean?
over hers, reassuring her as she lightly squeezed my hand.
So we may visit
spoke to
him.
her. Hang on. I'm
let's check in with Bronwyn. Okay. Did you know Dorota's boyfriend?
Yes, he came to see me
Okay.
He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking.
That is interesting. So, did he tell you anything about Dorota?
He confided in me quite a bit, actually. He seemed to appreciate having someone to talk to, and he knew I couldn't tell anyone what he said.
I mean, you can tell me.
Oh, Sam. You know I can't do that. Tarot reader client confidentiality.
That's not a thing. But Lexi says she was in her room last night, not yours.
Oh, she gets easily confused. Youth of today.
Confused about the room she was in? Tell me the truth.
Fine. Jeeve Dupont was breathing down our necks, so we thought it would be simpler if we stuck together. If these walls weren't separating our rooms, then technically it'd be true.
I mean, that is not very convincing, lady. Why did you lie about your alibi?
To protect Lexi. None of this is her fault, and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. I'm sorry, Sam. I never usually lie.
What about Rain?
Rain's a big boy. He can handle himself. Besides, I'd be highly suspicious if Rain claimed to be doing anything else other than reading on a Monday night. That's pretty much all he does every night.
Reaction was to get up and run down to the garage to check my car.
That's
I was in such a
interesting.
rush that
Sam, what can I do for you?
Answer some questions. How did you get Dorota's name from Tarot?
We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name.
Of course, a Luigi board. So, the tarot didn't tell you?
It kinda did. It's hard getting an exact name out of 78 cards. But considering we'd never heard of Dorota Shaw, it painted a pretty good picture otherwise.
Could you use the Ouija on its own?
No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest.
Tell me more about the Luigi board.
Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out Dorota.
How does it work?
Just... This is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveler who died here.
Of course, yeah, no, that makes total sense. So time travel is real.
Yes. Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities.
I mean, if anything, that makes our case even more complicated. Lexi mentioned you are here to do a job.
We're trying to save people.
It's not working.
I said we're trying. We have a gift. We have Mercury, the tarot. It tells us where bad things are going to happen, and we try and stop them.
Where were you before August?
Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travellers is... Well, let's put a pin in this one, Sam.
Travelers. I've actually been to Birmingham myself.
Let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it.
After Mother
Okay,
died,
I guess we
Pen
return to
started
that.
putting on weight.
Talk to Lexi.
Hi Sam, back for more already?
Sure. Did you know Dorota's boyfriend?
No, I think Bronwyn met him though.
When? Yeah, that is a good question. We know what for. I think we can trust Bronwyn in that sense. But when?
This morning. He only wanted to see her.
Oh.
I guess he didn't want anyone else to hear what he had to say.
Why did you lie about your alibi?
I didn't. How did you find out? Am I in trouble?
In big trouble, young lady. It depends on why you lied.
Ron was worried about me not having an alibi. She was logged in doing phone readings, so she's alright. But there's nothing to prove that I was here. I was, though. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Tell me about the Luigi board.
Oh, it's just your run-of-the-mill spirit communication device. Want to know how it works?
Sure.
Cool, okay. So Ouija boards send us messages from the spirit world, right? But where is the spirit world? I mean, there's planets and stars in space. The spirit world must be really far away beyond all that.
Go on.
With so far to travel, messages from the spirit world must take ages to get here. Like how light from the sun takes 8 minutes or something to reach us. You still with me?
Sure. Hooked on every word.
Oh, you're sweet. Where was I? Oh, so here's my point. The spirit world is actually several hours ahead of us. That's how we get messages about things that haven't happened yet. That's how we got Dorota's name. Because in the spirit world, she was already dead.
That makes no sense. We'll play along. We'll drop a Owen Wilson. Wow.
I know. Mind-blowing.
Tell me about the Traveler.
Traveller? That's a really old role-playing game, isn't it?
Ray told me all about it.
Oh, did he now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess you must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel?
You know, it's great.
Cheeky? Are you flirting with me?
Sure, we are professional.
Oh dear, am I blushing again? There's a murder to solve. Maybe you should do that first, then me. No, not like that.
Oh. Okay.
And
That got awkward very quick.
Pull yourself together. And just like that.
Okay.
Your ability isn't endless. It will run out at some point.
What does that mean? Will run out? So in the sense that the more we use it, or the longer we use it? I don't know. I think this is a good time to take a break, though, and kind of reflect on the things that we learned. We now met Oscar, and as Oscar, we can also talk to people, of course. We heard about the photographer and learned a little bit more about Dorota's past, as well as some strange happening with Violet and Traveler, time travel, Ouija boards, and all of that. So, very straightforward case. Should be easy to solve, probably next episode. It's a piece of cake, really. No, it'll probably take me ages, but thank you all for watching today's episode of The Shapeshifting Detective. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a like, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, share the video with friends, family, and the people on the internet. That all helps me out a whole bunch and will bring you more content in the future. If you want to go above and beyond in your support, you can check out the Patreon link down below. And I will be back with more The Shapeshifting Detective tomorrow. Until then, have a great time.